Good morning and welcome. USA Wager Sports Brief. I am your host, Rodney Knuppel. The first Saturday of October, October 2nd, 2021. We're going to be jam-packed all throughout the month of October. Today included as the final Saturday of Major League Baseball regular season. College football slate is a great one today. Obviously, a busy weekend of NFL action going on after the Bengals came from behind and beat the Jaguars on Thursday Night Football. But let's start with the playoff races, the pennant races, Major League Baseball. Let's get to yesterday's scores. Pirates won their 60th game, beat the Reds 9-2. Red Sox edged the Nationals, needed that win. They're 90-70. They move into the second spot in the AL wildcard chase. We'll get to the standings here in a minute. 4-2 Red Sox over Nationals. Rays beat the Yankees. They're now 90-61. The Rays are, as they won 4-3. Blue Jays won 6-4 over the Orioles. Steven Matz was good. Phillies finally won. Bryce Harper had 3 hits, 35th home run. Looks like he could be the NL MVP, despite Philadelphia not making the playoffs. Braves lost to the Mets 4-3. Braves are in the playoffs. That game doesn't matter much. Indians 9, Rangers 6. White Sox beat the Tigers 8-1. They're now 92-68. That's a big deal. Astros are 93-67 after their 8-6 loss to Oakland. So they're just a game up with 2 to go. Royals beat the Twins 11-6. Looks like the Royals are going to stay ahead of the Twins in the AL Central. Cardinals won their 90th game. They beat the Cubs 4-3. 90th game. Looks like they've won about 25 in a row, it seems like. Well, what is it? 20 out of 21. 90-70 now for the Cardinals. They beat the Cubs 4-3. Rockies 9, Diamondbacks 7. Diamondbacks led that one 7-0. Gosh, they're terrible. 50-110 now on the season. The Giants shut out the Padres. Padres clinched a losing season, 78-82. I told you 4 to 6 weeks ago they were going to be under 500. They are going to finish under 500. Giants 106-54. Angels over to Bloaters playoff chasers with the 2-1 win over Seattle. Seattle now 89-71. And the Dodgers came from behind. Trey Turner grand slam. He hit 2. Dodgers keep winning 104-56. They beat the Brewers 8-6. All right, let's look at the standings. Look at today's games. We're just going to talk about the standings that matter. I know we've done this a couple times here the last week or so, but it's worth mentioning. AL East, AL Central, AL West, all decided. The things that aren't decided. Yankees have a 1-game lead on the Red Sox for the first wild card. A 2-game lead on Toronto and a 2-game lead on Seattle. So what that does is the Yankees could clinch wild card 1 with a win today and a Boston loss. Okay, wild card 1 means they get to host the wild card game. The winner would take on the Rays. Now, Boston is a game ahead of Toronto, a game ahead of Seattle. Chaos would ensue if the Red Sox lost, Toronto won, and Seattle won. It would be a 3-way tie for that second wild card. That would be chaotic. Chaos would be if the Yankees lost today, the Red Sox lost today, and the Blue Jays and the Mariners won. Then you would have Yankees up 1 on 3 teams. Then the chaos could really ensue tomorrow if the Yankees lost and those 3 teams won, making it a 4-way tie for 2 wild card spots. We'll see. It'll be wild, but that is your wild card scenario. We'll talk about the schedule here in a minute. Now, the other deciding factor is the Astros have a 1-game lead on the White Sox for a home field advantage in the first round. Astros have 2 against the Angels. White Sox got 2 left as well. They're taking on Cincinnati. No, they already played Cincinnati. Well, White Sox have 2 left against the Tigers, 3:10 Central Time today. So those games make a difference. Those are games you want to watch as well. Obviously, White Sox looking to grab that home field advantage, take on the Astros at home. Astros need a win and a White Sox loss to clinch that. Lance Lynn was good yesterday. They need him back. They need him back and healthy. But that is a look at the American League. Now, the National League is all decided in the NL East. Braves win. They are going to go to Milwaukee. They won the NL East. Milwaukee won the NL Central. Cardinals won wild card 2. The other 2 playoff teams are going to be the Giants or the Dodgers. Now, the Giants' magic number is down to 1. They've won 106 games. Okay, they have to win a game today or tomorrow, or the Dodgers lose a game today or tomorrow, and they will wrap up the top seed in the National League. The loser then would host the Cardinals on Wednesday. wild card team. Dodgers, again, could essentially win 106 games and have to play a one-game playoff on Wednesday. Giants have won 7 in a row. Dodgers have won 5 in a row. Giants take on the Padres. Dodgers take on the Brewers. Those are today. Those are games that matter. All right, let's look at the schedule and the pitching matchups and the betting odds for today. I know we got a big college football slate as well, but really got to spend some time with Major League Baseball. Now, big news yesterday, Clayton Kershaw left the game with an injury. Does not look good for him. There's down a pitcher for the Dodgers. Now, they still have Max Scherzer, Julio Urias, Walker. So they're in shape, but losing Clayton Kershaw, and it looks like for the remainder of the season and into the postseason. I'll be surprised if he pitches, and I don't know as if you want to risk an aging Clayton Kershaw in a postseason situation if he's not going to be healthy. All right, today's games, they start early today. We do have some afternoon action. 12:05, Rays at Yankees. That's a big game. Could figure out where the rest of the day will lead. Yankees minus 130. Baltimore at Toronto, another big game, 207. Toronto is minus 260. Red Sox at Nationals. So the American League wild card, most of it is going to be decided this afternoon. Red Sox Nationals is 305. Padres Giants. Giants could clinch the NL Central by the time games start tonight. NL West. Kevin Gossman, 157 for Giants. Phillies at Marlins. Phillies minus 125. Reds minus 157 at Pittsburgh. Cleveland minus 145 at the Rangers. That's Tristan McKenzie. He's been pitching well. I'll take him. Tigers at the White Sox. Giolito is minus 270. Twins at Royals. Chris Bubik pitches his final game of the season. He's minus 115. Oakland is at Houston, 610. Houston, Jake Odorizzi, minus 153. They need a win. They need a win bad. Cubs at Cardinals. Cardinals minus 177. It's John Lester against his former team. Lester wasn't real good last week in Chicago, but he looks to get ready for the playoffs with a win today. Mets at Braves. Braves minus 125. Rockies D-backs. Arizona's minus 135 with Zach Gallen on them. Angels at the Mariners. Big game tonight, 8-10. Chris Flexen goes for Seattle. They're minus 177. Look at taking Seattle. The alternative, minus 1.5. I think they win and win big tonight. They're hoping for some good news before they and give themselves a chance. And then the Brewers and Dodgers, will that game even matter? But it does matter because Julio Urias is looking for his 20th win. Dodgers minus 130, but it's Corbin Burns for Milwaukee. But it'll only look for him to go 5-6 innings. He will not go forever in that game. All right, that is your Major League Baseball slate for today, Saturday, October 2nd. All right, let's move to what else happened yesterday. College football, there was some scores, and a very surprising Big Ten score, at least to me. Iowa 51, Maryland 14. I thought Maryland would compete. They didn't. Disappointing. Houston blasted Tulsa. Tulsa did not compete. And then Brigham Young's pretty good. They went to Utah State and 34-20. What else happened yesterday? The Sanderson Farms Championship going on today and tomorrow. There's a three-way tie at 13 under. Nick Watney, Will Zalatoris, and Thigala all at 13 under. There's a pair of guys at 12 under, a slew of guys 11. And so that'll go on today in Mississippi. MMA, Bellator went on last night. No MLS, no WNBA. WNBA is tomorrow. And there was also preseason hockey as well. Let's look at the rest of today. Some of the best college football games that I want to get to today because there is a nice slate. Let's just at least talk some of the top 25 games. Arkansas at Georgia, and Georgia's a 17-point favorite. A lot of people like the Razorbacks. Now they're going to have to go on the road and play really well. 17-point underdog here in an hour and a half or so. Michigan is at Wisconsin. Wisconsin's a favorite in that one. I like the road team in Michigan. Louisville at Wake Forest, 11:30. Cincinnati at Notre Dame. That's 1:30 start. Cincinnati's still a 2-point favorite. I prefer Notre Dame in that one. Oklahoma is at Kansas State. Oklahoma hasn't been great. Kansas State 3-1 on the season. Look for an interesting game there. Oregon's at Stanford, -8 for the Ducks. Ohio State's 15-point favorite on the road at Rutgers. If you can see here, a lot of ranked teams on the road today. Ole Miss at Alabama. Alabama's 15-point favorite. I don't think that's close. Number 10, Florida goes to Kentucky. 7.5-point favorite for the Gators. Baylor is at Oklahoma State. Both those teams have moved into the top 25. Oklahoma State's -4.5. Boston College is at Clemson. Clemson's a 15-point favorite. Indiana at Penn State. Penn State wants revenge. I think they get it, win big today. Auburn is at LSU. LSU's a 3-point favorite. Arizona State's at UCLA. The Bruins are a 3-point favorite. In the late night tonight, Fresno State is at Hawaii. Fresno State 11-point favorite on the road. Hawaii seems to always late night games. So we'll see what happens there. NASCAR today, the Sparks 300 at Talladega. UFC Fight Night going on in Vegas. That is Santos versus Walker is the big matchup there. MLS today, let's get to the matchups that are going on today. Real Salt Lake at Austin FC. Atlanta is at Montreal. The Red Bulls are at Cincinnati. DC United is at Orlando. Minnesota at Dallas. And San Jose at Vancouver. And those are your MLS matchups for today. Big slate of NFL tomorrow. All the games, obviously, the final day of Major League Baseball, all those are afternoon games, no Sunday night baseball. Preseason hockey tonight and tomorrow. Sanderson Farms Championship goes on today and tomorrow. The Yellowwood 500s tomorrow. WNBA Final Four tomorrow. Sun at Sky, Aces at Mercury. More MLS matchups. There are, five or six MLS matchups tomorrow, whatever it isn't played today. So a huge weekend of sports, and we are here for it. Hopefully you have taken a look at all of our Sim USA Wager, the Sports 2.0 network. We got all sorts of football content for you. We're churning it out, been having some success, having some luck. Hopefully you paid attention. College football show yesterday, NFL show, the golf show earlier this week, horse racing Friday morning, Tanner and Grant with their Parlay Power Hour. I know Will Reed's making an appearance as well. So we got all sorts of things going on. Make sure you stay tuned right here to the Sports 2.0 Network and USA Wager. I'm Rodney Knuppel with the USA Wager Sports Brief. Hopefully it was the best 12 minutes of your sports day. I'll be back tomorrow morning here, USA Wager Sports Brief. So long for 12.